Hello everyone, welcome back to Study Trust once again, and I'm quite happy the fact that I could come back to you all through another video today. And today I'm hoping to discuss another question from the same question paper that we have been discussing so far, which is the 2018 Sri Lankan GCE O-level examination paper. And today I intend to discuss question number 11. So those who have not subscribed my channel, I would like to welcome you all to subscribe my channel and also click the bell icon for notification. යළිත් වාරයක් ඔබලා සියලු දෙනාම සාදරයෙන් පිළිගන්නවා Study with Russ මගේ අධ්‍යාපනික YouTube channel එකට. අද දිනේත් මා අපේක්ෂා කරනවා තවත් ප්‍රශ්නයක් සාකච්ඡා කිරීමට ඒ 2018 අපේ සාමාන්‍ය පෙළ ඉංග්‍රීසි ප්‍රශ්න පත්‍රයේ. ඉතින් අපි බලමු අද දිනේ මොන වගේ ප්‍රශ්නයක්ද අපිට තියෙන්නේ කියලා සාකච්ඡා කරන්න. ඒ වගේම මේ ඔයගොල්ලන් තාමත් මගේ channel එක subscribe කරලා නැත්නම් channel එක subscribe කරලා and කියන ගමන්ම ඒ bell icon එකත් click කරන්න කියලා මතක් කිරීමක් මේ අවස්ථාවේදී කරනවා. Okay, let's look at actually what is the question that we have to discuss today. This is question number 11 of Sri Lankan GCE O-level 2018 English examination paper. At the top it says fill in the blanks with the words given within the box. So this is again a fill in the blanks exercise. I think it looks like it's very popular among these examiners to like set up fill in the blanks exercises rather questions. So therefore like it's very important as students for you all to become very familiar with these kind of questions, because I pretty much have bumped into these kind of questions throughout this question paper. One good thing about these fill in the blanks exercises is, even though if you don't know the correct answer, since the choices are given, if you go through with the question a few times, I think there's a tendency that you probably might be able to pick the correct choice from the given choices. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් හිස්තැන් පෙරවීමේ අභ්‍යාස ඉතාමත් මම හිතනවා මේ ජනප්‍රිය මාතෘකාවක් වෙන්න ඇති කියලා මේ ප්‍රශ්න පත්‍රය සකසන ඒ නිලධාරීන්ගේ මොකද මේ හිස්තැන් පෙරවීමේ ප්‍රශ්න මම ගොඩක් වෙලාවට දැක්ක මේ ප්‍රශ්න පත්‍රය පුරාම. ඒ හින්දා ඔයගොල්ලන් මේ වගේ ප්‍රශ්නයකට පිළිතුරු දීම පිළිබඳව ඉතා හොඳ දැනුමක් ලබා ගැනීම වටිනවා. මොකද එකක් තමයි උගලන් හරි උත්තරේ හරියටම දන්නේ නැති වුණත් උගලන් ප්‍රශ්නේ කීප පාරක්ම කියවගෙන ගියොත් මේ වගේ ප්‍රශ්නයකට ඒ දීලා තියෙන උත්තර වලින් අදාළ උත්තරය ලබා ගැනීම මම හිතනවා ඊතරම් අපහසු කාර්යයක් නෙමෙයි කියලා. Okay, let's look at actually how we can now answer this question. So there's a bit of a catch here. There are 3 extra words. So in the box where they have given the answers, rather the words which we have to use in terms of filling these blanks, so they have given 3 extra words. So that means we have 14 blanks to fill, but they have given us 17 words. So if you look at this box, you pretty much have everything. It's like a fruit salad. You have conjunctions, prepositions, nouns, verbs, so you name it, pretty much you have everything. But still I think this exercise is not the difficult exercise, so therefore let's see how we can answer this question. Again මේ රාමුවේ අපිට දීලා තියෙනවා මේ අදාළ උත්තර. නමුත් ඒ උත්තර වලදී අපිට තියෙනවා මේ උත්තර තුනක් වැඩියෙන්. එතකොට ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට ඇත්තටම වචන 14 අවශ්‍ය, නමුත් 17ක් දීලා තියෙනවා. ඒ හින්දා අපි පොඩ්ඩක් සැලකිලිමත් වෙන්න ඕනේ අදාළ වචන තෝරා බේරා ගැනීමේදී ඒ හිස්තැන් පෙරවීම සම්බන්ධයෙන්. So let's begin the exercise. Throughout history, people have worn clothing of one description or another. ඒ කියන්නේ ඉතිහාසය පුරාවට මිනිස්සු විවිධාකාරයේ ඇඳුම් ඇඳලා තියෙනවා. Apart from protection against weather. ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට කාලගුණයෙන් සපයන ආරක්ෂාවට අමතරව වගේ එකක් තමයි අපිට ඒ වාක්‍ය ඛණ්ඩයෙන් අවබෝධ වෙන්නේ. ඒකලා මෙතන තියෙනවා පළවෙනි හිස්තැන අපිට So we have the first blank that we have to fill in. So let's see now, since actually we are halfway through a sentence and you have a comma here, apart from the protection against the weather, and we have a blank, and then it says were also often used. So here now what we have been talking about the clothing that people used to wear. So since it's about clothing, so what is missing here is the subject, rather the noun part of the sentence. So it's a noun, and which probably that we have to use as the subject here. And since we are talking about clothing, so let's see actually whether we can see somewhere in this box something that is similar to clothing, or maybe you probably would find the exact word that you are looking for. So as you can see here, we have clothes here. Okay, so clothes. Apart from the protection against the weather, you can say clothes were also often used. So here, as you can see, have you heard the term used to? So used to is pretty much a verb that we use to talk about something that had existed but which do not exist anymore. කියන්නේ අතීතයේ පැවති දෙයක් වර්තමානයේදී සිදු නොවන දෙයක් වගේ අපි අර්ථයක් අදහස් කරන්න අපි යොදන පදයක් තියෙන used to කියන ක්‍රියාපදය. So මෙතන අපි බැලුවොත් ආයිත් මේ වාක්‍ය ඛණ්ඩය කියවලා, apart from the protection against the weather, clothes were also often used to. So let's see whether we have two here in the box where we have to pick our words. Yes, you have two. So use to show the wearer's status, wealth. So we need a word to join status and wealth together, because if you look at the sentence, it says often used to show the wearers. ඒ කියන්නේ අඳින පුද්ගලයාගේ status කියන්නේ තත්ත්වය, wealth කියන්නේ ධනවත්කම. So we'll have to now find a conjunction which basically indicate one or more of the same. So the ideal conjunction choice for us is and. So we can use and here. And to show wearer's status and wealth. Over the years, so here we have a comma. So it indicates that there's a new sentence that is starting from there. So we have a blank and it says fashions in clothing. So we have fashion. So fashions itself is a noun. So what we need is something in front of the noun. So something that is used to make the meaning of a noun actually more meaningful. So what do we use? We use something called an adjective. කියන්නේ අපි නාම විශේෂණයක් තමයි මෙතනදී හොයාගන්න ඕනේ. මොකද මේ fashions කියන නාම පදේ කියන්නේ විලාසිතා කියන එක ගැන තවත් වැඩිපුර විස්තරයක් කරන පදයක් තමයි අපිට මෙහිදී අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ. So let's see actually whether we can find something. And then we have numerous. How about numerous? So numerous කියන්නේ නාන ප්‍රකාර වගේ. කියන්නේ numerous කියන්නේ ගොඩක්. numerous කියන පදයෙන් ඇත්තටම අපිට අවබෝධ වෙන්නේ many things වගේ. So we can say numerous So over the years, numerous fashions in clothing have, then we have and number 5, and we have a blank. So have is what? Have is an auxiliary verb. So that means this tense pattern. So what the auxiliary verb have talks about the tense pattern. So that means the perfect tense. So something that you know is after have you have to use a past participle of a verb form. Okay, so numerous fashions in clothing have. So let's look for what past participle of a verb form. So where you can see that have. So we another have first money fashions to come. So we have come. So come base form, came past form, and again come is the past participle form. So it's a irregular verb. So over the years numerous fashions in clothing have come and gone. So again even the gone is in past participle form. So go, went, gone. And it says while some, again විවිධාකාරයේ විලාසිතා අවුරුදු ගානක් පුරාවට ඇවිල්ලා ගිහිලා තියෙනවා. While some, කියන්නේ ඒ අතර while some. So what we need here, while some blank, those have been popular. While some, so we need, I think ideally a preposition which can show, okay, which can show, I mean a relationship of a part to the whole thing. I mean relationship between basically a part with the whole thing of that thing. So that means, so if you think of a preposition like of, okay, so that means it says while some of again from the whole thing, from the whole, again මුළු ප්‍රමාණයෙන් සමහරක් වගේ අද අපිට මේ අවබෝධයක් තමයි අර්ථයක් තමයි එතනදී අපිට ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන්. So while some of those have been, again ආපු ඔක්කොම විලාසිතා වලින් සමහරක්. So of කියන preposition එක ඇත්තටම අපි යොදන්නේ just to show the relationship between part of something with the whole thing. Okay, يعني යම්කිසි දෙයක යම්කිසි ඛණ්ඩයක් ඒ මුළු ප්‍රමාණයට තියෙන සම්බන්ධතාවය පිළිබිඹු කරන තමයි අපි of කියන preposition එක යොදන්නේ. So those have been popular. Then we have the blank number 7, relatively short periods. So that means now what else we need here? So we need another preposition which indicates a duration or a period. I mean some preposition that has to go with a time frame. Okay, so here as you can see those have been popular. So what is that preposition? So what kind of prepositions of we have already taken, and after of you can see for. So for is a preposition that indicates the duration of something or a time frame of a certain thing. So have been popular for relatively short periods. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒ සමහරක් විලාසිතාවන් ජනප්‍රිය වෙලා තිබ්බා සංසන්දනාත්මකව කෙටි කාලයන් සඳහා. So meanwhile ඒ අතරතුරදී others, so still it talks about, so others, it talks about the fashions. Okay, others, so others is basically the the word that they have used to indicate still I mean it's kind of way that they have referred to the main topic that we are talking about, that is clothing and fashions. Others, we have here a past participle form of a verb. Okay, so lasted longer. එකනේ අනිත් ඒවා ගොඩාක් කාලයක් රැඳිලා පැවතුණා. එතකොට so here now what we have to use is, so normally in the perfect tense, we used the participle form of a verb. So therefore, so just to make this sentence a perfect tense, so what do we need? So we need the auxiliary verb have, has, or had. So let's see whether we have any of that. So we have here. Okay. Okay. So meanwhile, others have lasted longer. Okay. Then we have until the. We have the blank number 9 and half. So half is what? Half is again a noun. Okay. So half. So when you talk about half, you can say half of something, or first half, second half. So what we need here is an adjective, something to make the meaning of half more meaningful. So that kind of a thing, we call it as a adjective. I mean, we need an adjective to demonstrate, rather make that noun half more meaningful. So can you think of anything that we can pick from this list of words here? How about first? Okay, so first is the only word that I can think of. Until the first. Until the first half of 20th. So I think this is be easy, because 20th, so only word that can go with 20th year is the century. Okay? Until the first half. Again, විසිවෙනි සියවසේ මුල් භාගය වෙනකම් වගේ 20th century. Yeah. 20th century, the ability to follow, again, විසිවෙනි සියවසේ මුල් භාගය වෙනකම්, the ability to follow, again, හැකියාව to follow, මේ පසුපස හඹා යෑම මොකක් ගැනද? To follow what? So we have blank number 11 and say was limited. To follow what? So what do we talk here? We talk about clothing and fashion. Okay, so ability to follow what? මොකක්ද පසුපස හඹා යෑමද? Fashion. 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 Okay, fashion. විලාසිතා පසුපස හඹා යෑම was limited to those. ඒක සීමා වෙලා තිබ්බා to those. So here we need another word to fill this blank number 12. So it says limited to those had the money. So what we need a kind of a pronoun which make it more meaningful and which make it clear to whom that we are referring to. Okay, so limited to those. So there is a pronoun that mostly goes along with those. Again, යම් කිසි ඛණ්ඩයකට අපි මෙතනදී ආමන්ත්‍රණය කරනවා. ඒ ඛණ්ඩය පිළිබඳව අපිට මේ යම් කිසි මේ උලුප්පවල දක්වන්න පුළුවන් විදිහේ සර්වනාම පදයක් තමයි අපිට මෙහිදී අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ. So ඒක තමයි was limited to those who. Those who had the money to what? Had the money to. So here, have you heard of a phrase called do so? So that means do so is a phrase that we use just to refrain or just to avoid telling the same thing again. Right now here we are talking about the fashion was limited to those who had the money to. So chasing, we're talking about the ability to follow or chasing. The first half of the 20th century, the ability to follow fashion was limited to those who had the money to do what? Money to, again, either they should have told money to follow the fashions, but instead of saying follow the fashions, they're using a phrase just to avoid telling the same thing over and over again. They're saying money to do so. Okay, so do so is the phrase that we use. So we have do here. Yeah, we have do here. Okay, do so. Okay, that brings us to the last, the blank. Okay, following fashions, we have the blank number 14. Only demand money, but also require large amounts of the leisure time. So we have here the but also, it indicates something to us. So but also, there is a common, a phrase that we use, not only but also, that is to show a bit of parallelism. So that means basically the words following, the both parts of this correlative conjunctions basically belongs to the same part of the speech. So what do you understand by that? That means just to now following fashions not only demand money but also require. So that means like we are talking about the same thing. So it is correlative conjunctions. That means actually it combines two things together. අපිට fashion follow කරන්න, කියන්නේ fashion පසුපස විලාසිතා පිසු හඹා යන්න ගොඩක් මුදල් අවශ්‍ය කරනවා වගේම ඒ සඳහා අපිට require large amounts of leisure time. කියන්නේ ගොඩ විවේක කාලයක් අවශ්‍ය වෙනවා. So it's very easy. So what we have to say, use there is not the word what we have to pick from the box is not only demand money but also require large amounts of leisure time. So so what are the like extra words? Just have a look. We didn't use after, we didn't use also, we didn't use money. Okay, මම හිතනවා මේක ඉතාමත් එතරම් අමාරු ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෙමෙයි. නමුත් අර අපේ ව්‍යාකරණ නීති රීති වලට අනුව අපි බලන්න ඕනේ මේ වගේ අභ්‍යාසයකදී අදාළ හිස්තැනට අවශ්‍ය වෙන වචනය මේ කොහොමද අපි තෝරා බේරා ගන්න කියලා. So with that, I think I would like to conclude today's video, and with the assurance that I would be back soon with another video to discuss another question from this question paper. I would like to say goodbye for the time being. Thank you.